Hey guys, Audra, hi, Flawless Exotic Creations, and we're going backwards with this today because this ain't my personality to be all in front of the camera. So that being said, what's this video about today?
So today we're going to give you guys a little bit of, first disclaimer. You know, anyone who's just coming to our channel, want to kind of check us out, see what we're all about, hang around for a bit, hit that subscribe button if, our personalities, mesh in your world pretty well. We try to give you information that's helpful, hopefully on some topics, educational, but we don't kind of pride ourselves with our way is the only way.
We just try our very best to give you guys value.
Right.
Value. If you watch our videos, we want you to at least be able to pick up something that will help you in your journey.
Right. So on this specific video, which is a non-snake video, we're going to talk a little bit that on topics with personalities that can actually help you, at least on the business side, but as well as building relationships in the community. So we're going to start with one huge question. We're going to start with the negative first.
Yeah, it's always better to end on the positive note.
Right. So I'll ask Audra and then I'll answer after her. Very individualized question. What's maybe one or two bad traits that you have when it comes to maybe your personality or your character?
Time concept.
Time concept is one of them?
I suck at time concept.
Can you give us an example?
Yeah, I think we should be able to get up on a, working morning, and by lunch we should be able to have a house completely built.
Yeah, that's never
from foundation to. I mean, that's just my time concept.
That's hard.
I've been thinking that we've had a conversation I don't know, yesterday, and it was a month ago that we actually had the conversation. I think that's an ADHD problem. That and you asked for two,
right.
So I have a hard time staying in it focused. I've said it before, I'll say it again. It's if a video is longer than 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I ain't watching it all at one time. You can forget it. I'm gonna have to come back. I know I'll sit in here and listen to YouTube videos, and I'll turn it on with every intention to listen to every detailed word, and literally I'll get through 3/4 of it and be like, what is this video about? I'm gonna have to look back. And then he'll be over here having conversations with himself because I'm looking at him and I'm somewhere completely different.
Yeah.
Yep. And
Typical.
I mean, truth be told, I'll be in it. It's for every 60 seconds. This is something that I learned a long time ago as actually helping with adult education.
Mm-hmm.
And something that I learned a long time ago that everybody does it. For every 60 seconds that you have somebody's attention, you're actually only getting 40 seconds of that. So every 20 seconds that they're checking out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they have to bring themselves back in, and you as whatever you're doing, whether it be instructing or trying to explain a business concept or
right.
trying to create a plan going forward, and you're trying to tell somebody your plan, you got to take that into account that everybody does it. But yeah, I think those are as me, I think I check out for 40 seconds and have 20 good seconds in the minute.
Gotcha. I guess.
What about you? Yeah.
Well, we're not gonna get to me just yet.
We gonna really dive into that.
I gotta throw some gasoline on the fire. So from my observational side of it, she's already kind of volunteered her bad personal traits. Now,
I know 'em.
My perception of a bad personal trait of Audra's would be, she don't listen.
I do listen.
Yeah,
I just don't listen every 40 seconds.
Yeah, she doesn't listen. So a lot of the time, which is the most irritating thing about her, is we can literally, she'll be like, let's talk, let's have a conversation, let's draw up these plans, what are we gonna do? All right, and then cool, I'm locked in, mapping everything out, we're bouncing things off each other, and then we'll come with an entire finalized plan, and two things will happen. All right, knock it all out. We all game plan. We're ready to rock and roll. You're like, man, this was awesome. You'll sit there. Yep, everything was great. Blah, 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 blah. Tomorrow, we'll get started. Tomorrow comes. And she's like, all right, what we going to do? And I'm like, we just had the entire conversation step by step by step. Every detail touched on, bookmarked. And she's like, yeah, but I wasn't listening. And I'm like,
it wasn't that I had no. That's what your brain hears, as I wasn't listening.
if you telling me you don't know what's going on, then you wasn't listening.
I don't ever say I wasn't listening. I say, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to repeat what.
Well, chances are, if you can't stick to the plan, you wasn't listening. That's how it goes. Now,
he forgets that I got so many things going on in my brain at one time. Like, it's unreal.
So, mine on the opposite side. What are bad traits or
negative
concepts?
Ones? Yeah,
I would say a lot of times it sounds. I guess it's a great thing too. So.
Oh my God, no! You need negatives.
A negative, but it is a negative.
Stop being arrogant.
It's not arrogance because well, you can correct me if I'm saying something wrong. But a lot of times I'm too focused. Too focused to the point of literally I have that in game and whatever the game plan is, and I'm literally in execution mode. All fun is out the door. All laughs and giggles is out the door.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
literally locked in on achieving. See, I knew you would agree.
It's annoying, but let me kind of expound on that a little bit, because it's like, so you guys know we also have geckos, right? And he a lot of times he'll be up at like 6 a.m. on our Mondays and our Thursdays when it's feeding, and he'll be down there and he will just be balls to the wall feeding the crap out of those things, and he's done in 6 hours. But what happens by him mentally fixating so hard on that one task, it's like after he's done, it's just like he has to collapse, because he has worn himself completely out thinking so hard about his task at hand. And he's very much like that. He's very tunnel vision. So when he gets tunnel vision, you can see it all over his face when he comes out. He's just visibly exhausted because of that. And I tell him all the time, I'm like, did you stop to get something to eat? Did you drink some water? Did you do certain things? You know, like, you don't have to go that hard on that particular thing. I mean, I get his point, but at the end of the day, like, sometimes it helps to slow down, to speed up, and then you're able to, like, pick up the blender and wipe the blender down and wipe the tables off and, you know, certain things after you're done, because you're not completely wasted.
Right. And you know, I think it's something that, you know, I need to work on in various ways to hopefully improve it some type of way, because on one side of things, you're getting things done.
He'll be over here having a hunger attack because he forgot to eat.
Yeah.
I'm like, sir.
So now, just spin it to the good side. What would you say is a good...
that is but one, sir. You got to come up with two.
Let me see. Again, I guess it's a little bit of good, but it is bad in a lot of situations. But I think I'm like an extreme case of being an introvert, and that's a bad thing because, you know, text wise, you know, maybe text 3-4 people, including Darren, KG, and the kids. So the kids tend to be I guess, comedic relief of my day. I'm always cracking jokes, picking on the boys, wrestling, doing things like that.
Absolutely. You use them as your comedic relief. They are not your comedic relief. You use them as your comedic. Honey, really annoying them kids all day.
Everything, you know, and that's a bad thing at times, because all of us know family is everything for us. You know, I'm sure it is for you guys as well. But being an introvert is literally everything is family. And
here's the thing. So I do not feel like he is actually an introvert. That's just my opinion. Over the years of living with him, in my mind, like, you're live with Visionary the other day, he made the comment that he was an introvert. And he made the comment that I relate to so much. And introverts a lot of times when they go out and they do like shows or this or that or the third, when they've had so much social interaction, it wears them completely out, and you have to step back and go back into like sort of your shell to re-energize. He doesn't do that. He is okay. He's tired at the end of the day, but it's not because of so much mental and emotional stimulation of being an introvert. I think he is an extrovert with introverted qualities, because he could be alone every day, all day, and be perfectly fine with himself.
And that,
yes.
See, and for me to take it a little further, the reason I think, and it is what it is, but the reason I think is more introvert, because at the same time, the slight difference with William, the other William, with Visionary, which again, we're going to have him back on.
He's
the
cool.
Slightly different area, things are much, much different when you're dealing with a hobby and it's your primary business. It's your primary business, how you put food on the table, lights on. It's literally, you're going to deal with that different. If it was just like, you know, something that I enjoy, you know, something that doesn't have any revenue attached to it at all, or just something you spend money on and your time, you would deal with it differently. So I feel like being an introvert is one thing, yes, but at the same time, whether introvert or not, himself included, whether introvert or not, when it's time for him to go to work, he still has to do what work requires him to do.
For me, like I said, I related to that because when we go to shows, as you know, you guys know we go as Crested Gecko Breeders, but obviously we have a lot of interactions with you guys as ball pythons, and he is the one that kind of, obviously you guys have known, he spearheads these videos because I'm not as much of a in-person camera type of personality. And that's where I have had to readjust my personality to create these types of things, these types of environments, to actually develop a personality.
And hopefully you guys are seeing the same thing, because we want you guys to hopefully watch these videos and be like, oh man, you know what? I want to do that, but there's no way I can do that. Just do it.
You can do it.
Just do it.
I can honestly say, like, my life has completely changed. And even though my core characteristics, my values, my ethics, the reason that we're together, that type of thing has not changed, I have developed my personality in so many other ways. I've been able to become more comfortable with the camera. I have put myself out there a lot more and developed personally, but it was for professional reasons. If you truthfully want to do these things, you will do it.
Absolutely.
It is simply like, okay, this is for our business. This is for our livelihood. This is for our children. Like, there is no question. You just do it. You don't, oh, well, that's just not who I am. No, you are, because you have to be.
Right.
You know.
So now we will ask, what's a good characteristic or trait about you that you bring, you know, to the business or to the hobby, the industry? Don't think too hard.
Oh, I don't know. I'm friendly.
So you're saying you can only pick out the bad thing?
I guess so. It's on my own.
Pretty pessimistic, don't you think?
I don't know. I don't know what that is. What is that, you guys?
You're a pessimist.
He used to say that I was like this person that was a forever optimist because I always thought everything was rainbows and bunnies. I'm like, I don't know. I'm a hard worker. I work very hard. Like, if you give me a task and you tell me this is what we're doing, like, I'm all in. I'm very loyal in that manner.
Yeah. I can add on to that, definitely, especially when it comes to, you know, manual labor, you know, pulling sheetrocks, digging ditches, digging trenches by hand.
I will be aggravated as all get out, but I will do it. And I think that's probably my biggest, my work ethic. My work ethic is on point. Like, you don't ever have to worry about, like, not having a partner in crime. Like, I'm always, if I'm not with you doing certain things, it's because I'm doing something else somewhere else. I'm always with it. Whatever he with, I'm with it.
That's accurate. Now, me on the other hand, I'm gonna need your help on this one, because I can never find the nice, pretty words that Audra, you know, has in her, you know, vocabulary bank. But it's weird to now kind of be 42 years old, and I've seen so many things in life overlap, whether it's in the police field, whether it's in the bodybuilding field, you know, whether it's in the Gecko field or now the ball python field. And across every single one of those entities, the same thing has kind of appeared and replicated itself.
So he has this innate ability, or
She already know what I'm talking about.
he has this innate ability to be able to create how to do things before you even have to come to that particular issue. So
Right.
I always call this is what it is. It's perspicacity. You look that one up. That's a good wordly wise word. Perspicacity.
Okay.
And basically it's having the intuition or the know before a situation is happening and being able to problem solve that particular issue before it's ever happened. So when it does come, you're ready for it. He is very much, he can literally, I think it just took, I mean, he's 42, but it just took the right environment around him to be able to actually fully fulfill that potential and be able to now showcase that talent that he has.
And the other, Audra says it's a talent, but it pisses her off, like royally pisses her off. And I've seen it happen across the entities for some reason. I can train in the gym. I do all these different things, but I have a lot of people, associates and friends, where they may gravitate toward a certain individual.
God.
And
he can be as mean as crap.
I don't call it mean. I call it straightforward, cut and dry.
You're mean as hell.
And where most people will kind of dismiss and turn away and break
they just
those
keep
bonds.
Coming for more.
Let's go.
They just keep coming for more. It's like
Tim,
for
Darren.
Darren. I'm like, leave them alone. Oh my God. You're not gonna have friends. Like, and I'm just like, it drives me insane. Because here's the kicker. It's funny because, and over the years I've learned that I'm such a people pleaser that I try to make everybody happy, and that's not possible.
I think that's what kind of glues us together, because Audra is a people pleaser, and I tell her, no, please yourself, but make people happy, but please yourself. I'm not a people pleaser at all, believe it or not, at all.
But it's funny because honestly, it's helped me develop my character a lot, and I think it's helped him too, because at the end of the day, people pleasing is not a good trait to have. It honestly is not.
But it allows you to also, on the other side of things, to be able to stand on, whatever it is you feel.
Mm-hmm. And that's that for me, like I've noticed with him, like he does have a certain amount of charisma to him. We used it in our video on Crested Geckos. He's got a lot of riz. Our kids can absolutely have a heart attack. Like 2 in 1 day, you can't do.
But she definitely leans on me, and I let her have it when we get home a lot of the time, because she knows I'm such an introvert that she's like, if we're out and about, for an example, and a friend's like, hey, you want to come to this barbecue? And she's like, no. But she won't say no. She'll be like, hey, baby, come here. Do you want to go to the barbecue? And I'm the one in their face like, no.
No, I don't want to do that. Like, we're not doing that. Like,
she's like, yes.
But it's funny because, like, I've people pleased for so hard for so long, and that he doesn't. And it's like people just want to come back to him. And for me, I'm like, well, that's not right, because I'm the friendly one. I'm the one that really tries.
But I think people pull different things from it.
But they do. They pull, and then the first time that a people pleaser finally puts up boundaries and says, yeah, no, I'm not doing that, it's like, oh, well, that's the reason I liked you anyway. Not realizing that, you're, as a people pleaser, you're not doing yourself any favors. You're not creating friendships. You're creating dependencies. Right. And so for that person, I've developed so much over the past few years. Like, I just don't do that anymore. I mean, I'm still nice, and I think that comes from being a Southern woman, because we were taught as little girls, like, even if you don't like somebody, you still have to be nice. So it's like, Aw, bless your heart. It sounds
Oh
really
my
nice,
gosh.
doesn't it? But it's not.
But
not.
it's not.
It's
But yeah,
not.
she always messes with me about, you know, the Darrens and Tims and
Yeah.
but you know what? They love having a conversation and we go back and forth, and a lot of times people and friends ask you, like, they really, really want you to be honest with them. I understand there's a certain category of people that ask for you to do that and they don't really mean it. But you often have to ask yourself when dealing with friends and associates, what does the other party have to gain from telling you something that you don't need, or something that's straightforward, a reply that doesn't involve them?
A true friend, and I found this to be true because I have very few true friends. A true friend is going to tell you when you're screwing up,
Right.
you know, when you're not doing something right, because they love and they care about you and they want you to have success.
Absolutely.
And that's for us. Like, I'll be honest, like, I love the way he does to people because truthfully, they are true, that they're genuine when they approach him because they know he doesn't deal with anything
Right.
less than being genuine like
Absolutely.
Yep.
So to end this long video out,
I know, for real.
what's your superpower? What's your superpower? Here it is. You're in the ball python industry under the Flawless brand. What's your superpower?
Me?
Yeah.
Putting up with you. No.
It doesn't take a lot to put up with me.
Oh God. Y'all should live with him on a regular basis. He is messy. Oh my heavens. It's funny. He talks about me starting projects, and like you'll see, like, you know, droppings around the house. It's like, oh, she's been here. Well, Will is just like that, except 100,000 times worse. So it's like a constant swooping up behind him as he's going through picking up this clothes. Like, when he takes his clothes off, that's where they are. That's where they're going to be. If he took them off in the entryway, that's where his clothes would be. I'd be like, really? What? How? And his youngest, our littlest one, Lukey, oh my God, he's just like him. Like,
That's I guess
my superpower. My
putting up with me.
superpower, honestly, is hyper focus and work ethic.
Okay. I think my superpower would be, I guess, vision. You know, having that ability to it's almost what do you call those visions? Out of body experience. And I understand it's like surreal, but you know, an out of body experience where you're presented with a problem, you can see the issue crystal clear, but remove yourself and your personal feelings one way or another out of the equation, step back, evaluate the situation, and come up with a logical and realistic approach.
He does not, I will give him that, he does not react emotionally to anything.
Right.
Outside of like our personal family stuff. Like, obviously everybody has some kind of emotion, but he doesn't, anything that has to do with business, you will never catch him reacting emotionally. And that's so wonderful because he has such a logic about himself. Like, he attacks everything with a realist's mindset.
Right.
And is very logical in his, you know, way to fix it.
So I think we've held you guys here long enough. Definitely comment down below.
You know, I think this is a perfect sum up of us. I raise you up and bring you into the clouds so that you can see everything and take a fresh breath there. I keep you wild and you keep me grounded. You pull me back down. You keep everything grounded.
Audra says, she lifts me up and I bring her down.
That's not how that was. That sounds negative, but it's actually a positive because I keep things wild and creative and, you know, kind of inject the emotion into things. You know, I bring the feminine energy.
Yeah.
And he keeps things grounded and maintains like structure. And I have none. I have no structure. I'm not a structure person. I need structure, but I have no structure. So it's like consistent accountability. We're accountability partners. Like,
absolutely.
Sometimes I have to make him stop and smell the roses because sometimes he just doesn't. and that leads to miscommunication and connection problems.
So hopefully you guys are loving getting to know our personalities here in the industry and in these videos and putting ourselves out there. We constantly tell you guys, hey, if you see us out and about at a show, whether we're attending or vending, we're planning on attending a bunch more shows than we are actually vending. But stop us, say hello. We love talking, snakes, geckos, industry, business, the whole 9 yards.
Well, yeah, and come find us because we're always, this year specifically, obviously, you guys know we don't vend with ball pythons, but we vend with crested geckos.
Right.
So
and we still get ball python breeders when they come.
Sometimes I think more.
Yeah, definitely. And we love it. We love it.
We love it. So y'all come and visit us. Find the Flawless Crested Geckos booths.
It's all a part of the business plan at the end of the day.
Yes, it is.
And that's what it's got to be about as far as your actual growth. By the way, coming up, we're going to be on 15 Minutes of Lane.
Whoop, whoop.
Yes, January 15th. We are going to be over there at the Fat Man Nation. We're going to be over there with Chris Eaton. And we're going to be on the 15 Minutes of Lame. It's going to be a ton of fun. We're going to talk business, where we're at, how did we get here.
And just, if you really want to see, because I was just informed of this last night.
Okay.
We were watching Tyler from Tyler's Toxic
homie.
Balls, the homie, on 15 Minutes of Lane last night. And apparently, if you're from New York, you don't necessarily like people from Jersey.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a thing. Absolutely.
Jersey, Snakes and the Fat Man, New York.
Yeah.
So let's see how that goes.
They kind of reference New Jersey as like the armpit of America.
Wow. I've been to his hometown.
So that's going to be really, really exciting.
It's funny you say that it's the armpit of America, but honestly, like down here in the South, man, we have the armpit, the butthole, I'm trying to censor myself because it's all the bad spots. I think we're the body odor of the armpit.
If you remember, we're actually on the turnpike, New Jersey Turnpike, and we're coming back. And New Yorkers always make fun of New Jersey because it's like once you get to a certain area of New Jersey, they're like, that's where we take our trash from New York. So it's like you when we was riding, you're like, what is that smell? I'm like, that's Jersey. You remember? Yeah. I'm like, that's Jersey. And so that's why.
It reminded me of our sewer system that we have down here. So, and every time you pass, it smells.
Definitely come over there. We're going to have a blast over there. We don't do too many of these types of videos, but we have requests that want to kind of know more and more and more about you. So if you guys are actually thinking about doing snake videos, sometimes you're going to have to stop and smell the roses and actually put a little bit of personal content out there as well.
Y'all, this was also not my idea.
Like I said, you guys keep coming with the comments and questions, and we're going to do our best to fulfill every nook and cranny when it comes to content for you guys. Not just breeding plans, business, what we're doing, but also give you guys, on our day-to-day events, what we're enduring.
We want you to be able to watch every video, and like I tell the Crested Gecko people, we want you to gain some kind of value. We want you to have value from this. If we can give you anything in your personal, professional life that will help you, that's what this stuff is for.
And subscribe.
Makes it worth it.
And subscribe, because who knows where you're going to be. You may look at the videos and say, man, I can't wait to become a ball python breeder. I've seen this, I saw this, I'm going to follow this outline and this business plan. Or at the same value, subscribe. And you may look at all these videos and say, there's no way I want to take on this journey. This is not for me, but I'll watch.
And you may be like some of these videos, these personality videos, these videos where you guys are able to see our dynamic.
Right.
Like, there's a lot of you out there. I'm not talking to your women ball python breeders, but you men ball python breeders, you've got significant others. A lot of you do. And a lot of you have expressed that your significant others are not supportive of your journey. Maybe these videos can kind of help segue your partners into being more supportive for you guys.
That will be huge.
Yeah.
That will be huge. which we'll do another video later on, because I kind of push her. I'm like, they don't want to see me. They don't want to see me. They want to see the pretty ladies. So yes, they do. They want to see her. So that's why a lot of times, you know, we don't have to be together on the videos every single time, especially doing this, you know, full time. We have so many things that come up. Like today, this is a long day. I mean, we're going to be working behind the scenes till the wee hours of the night because of the production of videos like this, the editing, the uploads, picking up the kids from wrestling, feeding and cooking for the kids, then starting your feeding day and it taking 8 to 10 hours, then cleaning snakes, doing water swaps on this. And
don't forget, we got a pig and a dog and rats and all the things.
Right. So it's very, very hard to do this even at this level. And we're super excited to talk about it come Wednesday, January 15th.
Yes.
Snakes and the Fat Man. Anyway,
check us out.
It's Flawless Exotic Creations. Will, Audra.
Hi. Bye.
And we are out. ADHD moment.